What's up, everybody? You got Visionary Tain here. This is Project Perspective. Welcome to another episode. Got my boy No Chill Will here. What's up, Will?
Nothing, chilling, just trying to stay out the heat, trying to stay cool, chilling out. Over here with my main thing, Miss Kizzy, Miss Kizzy is she gonna be over here throwing in her little 2 cents here and there,
Hey,
you know,
yeah,
like
man.
she do so well.
You got,
So
man, you got your wife over there, man. Shit, I need my wife need to be over here. She probably busy doing something though. But yeah, man, that's what's up. I like how y'all be spending that quality time together.
yeah,
It's beautiful. How long y'all been married?
uh, about 15, 16 years.
Uh, 15 years. Hell yeah. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I know we were talking about something before we started recording, but I was talking to this guy. He's 32 years old and he's single, and we were kind of just talking about like, man, why you single? Like, what the fuck, And he was saying how he was like, they just don't make them like how they used to make them back in the day, and I'm like, I don't know about that, because my wife cook and clean, and my wife, I think my wife is perfect, and other people got wives, and to say that they don't make them like they did back in the day, I don't agree with it. I think
What does that mean?
how they made them back in I think it means, like, the women don't take care of the house anymore. I think that's what that means, like, the women don't cook and clean, and they don't stay faithful, and I think the new age women are the ones that are, like, twerking and all on social media and, eat out every day, don't cook, stuff like that. At least that's what I think.
Okay, what I think
So,
the question you should have posed to him should have been, well, are you made like they used to make them back in the day? Are you prepared to go to work and pay 100
that motherfucker working.
bills, take care of your wife, and make sure that she does not need or want for anything, so that all she has to do is cook you a meal and clean the house? Because if you're not
I
made like back in the day, then why would you expect her to be? Because
No, I talked to him about that. He said he don't want his girl to work. He works a lot of hours, and he said he want to take care of the house by himself, and I'm thinking like, "Damn, like, you able to take care of your mortgage?" Well, I mean, he's in an apartment, so I guess he can take care of whatever he gotta take care of, but I'm thinking like, "Damn, like, I don't know if I'll be able to make it just a single income." But, yeah, I guess he is the type of man that they made back in the day. I guess that's him. He's very traditional,
mhm.
so I guess he wants a traditional woman.
I'm
But
not gonna say that there aren't traditional women out there. I mean, I just wonder where he's meeting the women that he's meeting, and what is he offering them when he meets them. Sometimes
he meets him at a gym.
sometimes people have a problem with connecting with people because they don't know how
Yeah.
to talk to people, right? Like, up front, if you're gonna say, look, hey, I just need somebody to cook and clean for me and be a traditional wife, that may be offensive to a woman that's already independent and doing her own thing. Instead of
Mm.
saying, we have a lot in common. I would like to take some of that burden you know, that you have on your shoulders. I would like to take some of that off of you.
Mhm.
Sometimes we just don't know how to talk to people. And then sometimes women get to be uncomfortable to where, like, oh, if I give him all of the power, if he's making all of the money and he's doing everything, what happens if he turns around and leaves? What happens if this relationship doesn't work out? Then I've given up my apartment to move in with him. I've left my job because he said he was going to take care of me. And then you are essentially like held hostage in this relationship if this relationship isn't going well.
Yeah, that's how I feel. They say people say they want relationships like back in the day, and they're like, "Man, I know like my grandparents, they were in a relationship for like 50 years and relationships they don't last that long no more." You see a lot of divorces and stuff like that. But I think a lot of those relationships back in the day was because the woman needed the man. She wasn't really independent. She couldn't go out and work and shit like that. So the man would come home and he would cheat on her and beat her, and he would pay all the bills. So she was kind of like, "Fuck it, I'll stay right here because I got to get taken care of." And I think now that's why a lot of relationships don't last because the woman don't really need the man like that. The woman she got the option to go work. It's not like if it's not like she can't work and she has to stay stuck in the house getting her ass beat. Like, no, she got options now. So, and I just don't think those relationships back in the day was all, like they lived happily ever after. Like just because somebody's married for 60 years don't mean everything's good.
No, no, it's a lot of there's a lot of hidden what do you call it? It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit you
Yeah,
don't see.
it's a lot of unspoken things that take place in a relationship, especially back in the day where women just they had to endure, and their parents would pretty much promote the things that are going on. It's like, yeah, he probably beating your ass, he cheating on you, but he taking care of you. You need to stay
Exactly.
there. You need to stay by any means.
Yeah.
Just endure, endure. One day it'll be over with. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And but nowadays, women a lot of women they don't even allow a man a chance to even to try to be a man. Everybody
Mm.
wants to be so independent, but it's how you call it? It's situational. When they want to be independent, then they try to they want to put that out there. I don't need you. I don't need you. I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? But when it come down to it, then they get in a situation that's overwhelming to them, and now they willing to, I guess, allow someone to come in and try to, I guess, fix the situation because now it's done got out of control.
Sir,
Yeah. And they probably desperate.
I mean, I'm not gonna say desperate, but a lot of times, like a woman will, they have their own place, they have their own job and everything, but at the same time, if something wrong with their car, you know, they're gonna try. They know they're not gonna go out to try to fix it. So let me call somebody and see if they know what's possibly wrong with my car. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing.
Just take it to a mechanic.
Yeah, but a lot of times they don't want to go to the mechanic because it's already the fact is out there that mechanics will take advantage of a woman.
okay. So you're saying,
It's situational.
okay, okay, situational. But right now, we're talking about relationships and how things went back in the day. Now, back in the day, a man could have a whole nother family on the other side of town. I mean, that has been known to
Yeah.
happen. Then
He
he
have
had a wife and
he
kids.
have one,
As long as he was
he
paying
have one there
bills.
right down the street.
Yeah, and then he would have another wife, right? Right there. So I don't think that has anything to do with what we're talking about. People being made like back in the day. That's what he's saying. So back in the day, y'all just said that women had to just take whatever they could get. They
Yeah,
just
they were humble. They had to humble themselves.
they had to endure, right? So that's what
Yeah.
he basically wants, a woman that will just accept whatever he throws to her, whatever he offers to her. She'll just take it. So
Yeah.
that right there already says that he has no value in a woman.
Damn.
I
That says
mean,
that?
Yes, it does.
nah. I mean,
Because if I say they sure don't make them like they used to, because back then women, whatever you did, they just stayed home and they cooked and cleaned and took care of the children. And I could go out and get drunk and I could beat her and I could have a family on the other side of town and she was still a faithful woman.
Mm.
Where are those women at? You hold no value. You give women no value.
but he may not mean it like that. He may be saying back in the day because maybe everybody don't look at it from that perspective. Some people say that women back then were more loyal and more
Mm.
understanding back then than now. Because a lot of like women nowadays, they ain't a lot of them are not loyal because
A lot of them are real
well,
loose. Like they
well,
be
it's
out
not
there.
that. It's just that, like I
Are
said,
we not out there together? Are they out there? Are women out there by themselves?
Hell yeah.
A lie? What woman is out there just humping herself?
Oh, no, no,
You're
no,
out
no. She
there.
ain't humping herself. She
You're
out
out
there,
there with us.
with other
You're
people.
out there with us. So if you're out there with us,
Nah,
then how come your value increases and ours decreases?
nah. Because the man's not out there. It's kind of like in my ex relationships. I'll be at work 12 hours a day, and my wife would be probably cheating on me somewhere. Just out there. So like them girls be out there. That's all. They probably weren't like that back in the day. And I think it's because they knew that they needed the man.
I don't think it
So
was
they like,
that.
man, I ain't
They
about to
didn't. They
fuck this
didn't.
up. I need my bills paid. I ain't
I
fucking
don't.
this
I
up.
don't think it was that at all. I just think that
But
they didn't
now,
have. They didn't have the ability to be out like that because back then women were shit. They weren't allowed to do a lot of shit like how they are now.
So
I
now it's role reversal then,
mm,
because y'all were out there loose.
don't know what you mean by loose.
probably because I would blame entertainment. I think back in the day, men, the stuff they did for entertainment, they went out and had drinks and they fucked some prostitutes, right? I mean, of course they had other little shit, but now it's like we got all kind of shit out that kind of help us stay in the house. Like we got a lot more entertainment than they did back then. Back then somebody worked 12 hours and they like fucking. I'm gonna go to the bar. They couldn't just go home and get on the PlayStation. Us men nowadays, it's a lot of ways to entertain ourselves, stay the fuck out of trouble.
Okay, I'll ask you, Will, what keeps you in the house?
What keep me in the house?
Yeah.
You.
What happened to just people
Good answer.
having a genuine connection with each other? Like liking to be around the person.
Yeah,
She threatens me all the
that's
time and
good. I mean,
says
that still happen.
that I need to stay here. If I stay gone too long, she's calling me like, "Where are you at?"
Really?
Mm. Well,
Don't
I mean that's good if
he's
she's concerned about your
that's not
safety
a
and want to
truth.
know you still alive
That
and stuff
that's
like
not
that.
a truth. That is an untruth that he's telling right now. Don't make me seem
Oh,
like that
just lying now.
on Beyonce's internet. Don't get on Beyonce's internet and make me sound like that, sir. Don't do it.
Beyonce's internet.
Anyways, I never call him to ask him where he
Beyonce ain't
is.
paid this bill over here not one time.
But he and I genuinely like each other as people.
Well, I would hope
And I
so.
think
Y'all married for what'd you say, 15 years?
and I think that a lot of people just don't they never get that deep. And that's why people do all the stuff that they do. That's why people cheat. That's why
Mm,
they don't learn to like a person on a deeper level. It's all surface.
Man, the thing about it is that people, it's whatever they get into these relationships with ulterior motives, and then they never allow a relationship to mature organically. It's just like they try to force shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in a relationship with somebody and they tell me like, well, I go to church every Sunday, and I'm like, well, I don't go to church. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, all right, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And then you lose contact with that person.
mm.
Okay, you just allow religion to pretty much to destroy any possible relationship we could have had.
But there's nothing wrong with being evenly yoked. There's nothing wrong
I'm
with
not. But what I'm saying is that some people they have the things that will pretty much make or break a relationship. He said like this guy, he don't make enough money. Oh, I don't fuck with no broke ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Before and then after that you lose contact with him, and then that's it. But then but when this guy get a raise and he started doing good, he got a car, and you can't keep a car because your car stay in the shop. Now you want to try and get back on his
Mm.
nuts. You know what I'm saying? It was going.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people want to be with somebody that's made it already. I think that's a problem.
They want the shit ready
It's
made.
like once I'm once I'm once I'm once a person is successful, that's when it's like, okay, yeah, I want to be with you. But I think it's important to be with that person when they're not successful and trying to kind of go down that path with them and see how they were at the bottom and then see and kind of work your way to the top with them instead of just meeting them while they're already at the top.
And you're right.
Like people don't want to put in the
You're
work.
right about that because sometimes it's not even seeing what that person is like at the bottom. Sometimes it's seeing what you're
Yeah.
like when your partner when your person is at the bottom. Who are
Hmm.
you when your person is at the bottom? If I can't help you when you're at the bottom, I don't need your I don't you shouldn't need my help when you're at the top.
Yeah.
It should
But that's the thing when they're already at the top. Yeah, yeah, they don't need any help.
well that's what I'm
So when I already at the top, like you see Drake, like Drake, you would think the most famous, he probably ain't the wealthiest rapper, but he up there. You would think he would be able to stay. He is the type of guy that be able to stay in a relationship because he got it
oh
all. And yeah, but it's the people at the top like that that can't stay in a relationship. So it's like the woman at the bottom, she's like, man, I need a man that's got money, that's got this, got status, got all this shit. But then the people that got money and status, they can't even stay in a fucking relationship.
because a lot of those
Kind of
relationships are surface level relationships. These women have to look a certain way or the guys have to look a certain way. They're not just going to get like some plain Jane, some unknown person. They have to be a model or an influencer or a IG whatever or
Actress,
an
a
actress or
celebrity.
another rapper. Like, have you ever seen them go get someone? Oh, I just met this woman at the mall. Oh, this woman, she just works at the bank. Like, maybe that's the woman you need because she's not out there in that world trying to, doing all this wild and crazy stuff. Sometimes they're just regular people. Maybe you just need a regular person.
But then the thing about it with them, they think regular people always want their money.
Yeah.
They always want their money. So
But then you get in a relationship
yeah,
with
like gold
somebody,
diggers.
you get in a relationship with somebody famous, y'all are married for like 2 seconds, and then you got to pay them like $50 million alimony.
yeah, because they used to live in a certain standard, a certain kind of lifestyle.
I mean, sometimes I believe um, when people get money and status, it's hard for them to maintain relationships because all their relationships are fake.
Like I said,
It's based on
it's
looks.
about the ulterior motive. What the premise? What is the premise and the reason why you getting with this person? If you just want to fuck, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna last long because eventually it's only so much fucking you gonna be able to do, and then after a while it becomes meaningless. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't give yourself a chance or give the relationship a chance to mature,
Wait,
and you say, well,
what do you mean it's only a
I said, well,
what do you mean it's only so much fucking you could
it's
do?
almost like,
Like, no, you can keep
I,
fucking
no,
forever.
no, you can't because eventually somebody's gonna want something more out of the relationship rather than just fucking.
Eventually, you're gonna look at that
Mm,
person and be like, "Damn, you dumb."
Yeah, you
I
see
can't.
the
I can't
damn.
even have a conversation with you. Like,
yeah, like I mean anything, not just that. Just say, damn, this bitch always asking for money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Damn, this bitch,
or she never home. She
yeah,
always got something going on.
sure, her car's always in the shop, or
yeah,
her kids always need this, or she always got problems. Like you go, y'all meet up somewhere, the fuck, and she always say, oh man, my son, he in jail, he done did this. Like, oh god damn, just go ahead and pull your clothes and get this
yeah,
over with. The shit that I got to endure just to
yeah.
bust a nut. But I mean,
Or maybe y'all ain't got nothing in common. So after you bust a nut, y'all just laying in bed
nah,
like,
who
okay,
laying in the
well,
bed? After you bust a nut, I gotta go. Oh man,
That's exactly the point. That's
hey,
what I'm saying. It's only so much you can do,
it's only
and
so
then
much you can do until you just all it's all done. It's all out done all out.
you think that people have to be worth more than
You
that.
say, I see why you ain't got nobody because you're not you have nothing to give other than your body.
You have no substance.
So after you done gave your body, then I'm like, I see you for what you are. Like fuck it, you ain't got nothing. I mean, I have everything that I want except that. So why would I
yeah,
endure any more other than that? Once the sexual thing is over with, it's time to go our separate ways until next time. And I mean,
I kinda blame it on dates too. I was talking to this guy, and he said he took a girl out on a date, first date to the movie theater. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, that is not what you're supposed to do. You should not take a girl to the movies on the first date. To stare at a fucking screen for 2.5 hours, and you don't know nothing about the girl, you know more about the movie than you do about the girl. I be telling people the first date should be like a walk in the park or some shit, maybe a
man, ain't
Starbucks,
nobody about to do that.
where it's just y'all 2 and, like, minimum distractions.
See,
Okay, you know what?
Actually, that's
Go ahead.
you wasn't brought up. You wasn't brought up like by your dad or your uncle or anybody because you saying that you take somebody to the park. The whole point of taking the girl to the movie is to try to get them to drop their guard so that you are able to implement whatever uh your ulterior.
oh, you mean pulling that move where you put your arm and you
No,
stretch a little
Nah,
bit and try to
nah
pull it in
I
closer?
took
Like, ain't nobody going for
I
that
took it a
shit.
step further.
no, do not tell the popcorn thing.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, man.
That's weird.
Oh, put some butter in the popcorn?
now I put something else in the popcorn.
Yeah, but still, that shit is kinda
He
like
said,
No, but
like, real
aside from what Weird Will is talking about over here, I believe that actually a movie is a decent half of a first date, and
what?
this is why. So,
And the other half is being taken out to eat?
so you want to first. Well, one thing I like to do when I would meet a person is to see if I can exist in the same space with that person without a full on conversation, right? Just feeling each
Damn.
other's energy because energy is a big part of a relationship. So if I can sit here with you and we can have a little bit of small talk, maybe laugh at the same points in a movie, just have a little bit of chatter, I can see if I feel comfortable with that person just sitting in that person's presence. If you cannot sit in a person's presence for an hour, you have a serious problem. Everything does not have to be like, oh, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite drink? What time do you go to bed at?
No,
Like, what kind of music do you listen to?
but
Everything doesn't have to be like that on a first date. Sometimes it just needs to be energy.
okay. Yeah. Alright, because I'm thinking the first date is so y'all could get to know each other, but what you're saying is, even if y'all are just sitting next to each other, not interacting with each other
I
whatsoever,
didn't say
it's okay
whatsoever.
because you can feel their energy?
I didn't say whatsoever. So I don't know how often you and your wife just sit in each other's presence, right? Like y'all may, you don't really watch TV, so I don't know if sometimes y'all just sitting, nobody's talking,
Yeah. Yeah, we just be chilling,
you just
yeah.
every once in a
But
while,
okay, but it's different because, like, I already know my wife.
yes, but
If it's a
I'm
first
with her
date
energy.
and we try to just do this if it's a first date and we just chilling in each other's
Mhm.
presence, like, we watching okay, see, that's what Netflix and chill is, right? Like, let's say a girl comes over well, if I'm single, a girl comes over and I got Netflix on. She already know we're not gonna watch the movie.
That's why I didn't say take it to
That
your
like, that
house. See, now you're taking it to a whole nother level. This is not Netflix and chill.
no, but
This is let's go to a movie date
out in the public.
out in public. Let's see if we can sit next to each other. Let's see how our energy feels.
so all going to the movies is Netflix and chill without the chill. It's like, okay, yeah, let's really try to watch the movie. When deep down, you
But
don't really want you don't a lot of guys we don't really want to watch the movie. We just want to
it
chill.
doesn't matter. But
But
this is a first date. You don't really want to walk in the park either.
I don't know. Some women go for that shit now. They want to chill because they want
oh well, yeah,
because now they want to see if they can get somebody to pay them bills. So you can Netflix and chill and pay bills. Shit, that's
yeah. I don't know.
But
That whole movie date is just
we're
weird to
talking
me.
about first date, and to me,
they don't
like
have
I
dates no
said,
more.
like
Who?
a good first date.
Oh, single people.
Yeah, single people. When do you actually hear people? like really talk about going on dates and stuff like that. Their version of dates is like you said, trying to come over somebody's
It's
house
going
and
out to eat,
try and
right?
watch Netflix and chill, or
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. Hey, you smoke?
yeah, you smoke, you trying to meet up with somebody, trying to hook up.
Well,
It ain't no like how kids in them used to say, uh, you court the woman. You know what I'm saying? You go. They don't even have like you go pick them up. They're like you meet me here. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
that's because now women feel
Mm.
uncomfortable getting in a car with a strange man.
But I mean, how's it
Because now
strange?
that's no longer safe.
But you're not gonna hesitate to take money from a strange man.
That doesn't mean I'm going to be ridiculous enough to get into your car or
Yeah.
to even let you know where I live. So if you're crazy and I say, hey, no, I really wasn't feeling it, I'll pay for my own movie ticket. And then now you show up at my house because I didn't give you my address to come pick me up. No, sir.
Well, that's what they got the police for.
And what the police gonna say? We can't do anything until he acts on it.
Well,
Come on,
Mm.
please stop.
tell that nigga.
Sometimes you say ridiculous things.
No, I don't. But that's what they do sometimes, because nowadays a lot of females want somebody to pay their bills. Nobody's looking for love.
That's not true.
That is true. What did a lot of these young people say? Nigga, YOLO. They only live once. So you get out there and you fucking get what you can get while you can get it. Nobody's looking for love anymore.
Yeah, to me that's
Look at
stupid.
all these fucking
That's
shows
stupid.
that they have on every one of these goddamn apps. They have fucking shows about people doing the outrageous shit to find love, or trying to find somebody that will tolerate their ass for the duration of the season, and then right after the fucking show's over with, everybody
Yeah, but
they break up, divorce.
that shit is for
That's
entertainment
what.
though. I don't think that should be real.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, reality TV fucked it up because people actually think that's how relationships work. You gonna get? They say we're gonna get on. We're gonna buy a yacht. We're gonna put 5 guys on there, 5 women on there, and we're gonna see how long it take before they start fucking.
No, they're gonna put 4 women because the women always have to fight over the guys, or put less guys. They'll put 4 guys and 5 women so one woman can.
She can
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I think the first date should be getting as deep as possible. Like, do you believe in God? What do you think about abortion?
you
You
ain't
know,
about
like,
to.
No,
do you want kids?
no,
What about a
not
family?
on the first
You know,
date, Tain.
how do you feel about dogs and pets? Like, just get to know this motherfucker. And then if you really like him, you say, hey, I really like you. Let's do this shit again. And it's like non-sexual, and it's just like one on one.
Not on the first date.
Like,
This nigga here trying to put. He wants you to bring
yeah,
a resume.
Yes,
He wants you to have
that's too much.
a
yeah.
give
It's
me
like I
give me
want to
give
know
me
you.
5 references that you had in the past the past 10 years.
Not
What
on,
was your last the
Yeah,
last
because
previous addresses for the last 7 years?
I definitely think a
because
first
I don't
should
understand.
be it shouldn't be so much pressure
It shouldn't even
on the
be so
first.
damn deep.
It's not
That
pressure.
is pressure.
It
You should
is.
you
It's
actually
not pressure.
you're
No, it's
doing an
not.
interview, and you're doing an interview like you hiring somebody to work at a fucking bank or something.
Because then the next question is going to be,
Well,
well, how
I,
much money do you make?
Do you
Like
have a job?
exactly. Yeah, let's start with shit
on
like
the
that.
first date,
Like, what are your
not,
future goals? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
not no, not on the
you
first
know,
date. Definitely not.
Yeah, nigga. That's
like, let's get right to it. I don't understand why the first date has to be like cute, small. I think that's what it is. I don't like small talk. I don't care for small talk at all. I think small talk is a waste of fucking time. And if my whole first date is us watching a 3-hour movie and doing small talk, why the fuck did I leave the house? you know, it,
well, really,
the first date
well,
should be really getting to know each
really
other.
small talk is how you get to know somebody.
Yeah,
Not
it
just
tells you a
not
lot about
not
Nah,
not
people.
you sitting up here fucking drilling somebody or just trying to just pry into a person's personal life.
nah,
Because you,
nah.
Everything should come out eventually. Not just look. I'm gonna sit here. I got these bullet points that I'm gonna fucking run past you, and you need to answer all these. And if you don't meet my specifications, then I ain't.
No, no, no. No, it ain't like an interview. It's gonna be it's
It's like
more.
a you.
but a date only lasts for so long, right? It's like you go on a date. You may be in each other's presence
Mhm.
a couple of hours. You don't want to spend that whole time.
Unless you going to their house. Yeah.
You don't want to spend that whole
You don't wanna spend that whole time doing what?
just finding out everything there is to know about that person because then they won't be interesting the next time you go on the date. Oh, we already talked about
That's not true.
like
That's not true. It's more to people than just a few questions. And then, I mean, you get into entertainment, like what they into, what they watch, just everything. And eventually y'all lives, if you're feeling this person and they feeling you, then y'all lives will merge together and y'all just keep building and keep trying to understand as much as you can about them.
I don't know. I ain't never really,
But y'all think the first date should
man.
be
I ain't never
just like
really
a
badgered
little
nobody
play
about
date.
nothing that they. I mean, the shit that I don't know. I just ain't never been interested in wanting to
I
know
think
everything about a person.
so on Will and I's first date, we met at a bar. No, we met at Dave and
Met up Dave
Buster's.
and Buster.
We had a drink,
I
and
was
then
trying to.
we went,
I was trying to get her drunk.
and then we went
There you
to.
go.
Well, I was
Why did I
trying.
make this sound?
Not how am I trying to make you sound bad when I say I'm trying to get you drunk?
Then we went to a nightclub, and it wasn't a whole lot of talking.
No. And then I tried to get her drunk there too, but then she didn't like. She abstained from drinking because she was trying to stay coherent. So because I was nervous. I was drinking because I wanted to be able.
Why the hell were you
I don't
nervous?
know. I was trying to impress her.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I was drinking just to try to keep my calm my nerves and stuff. So then I'm like, if I'm drinking, then she needs to be drinking too. And then she just kept on like, why you keep offering me drinks? I'm like, well, I'm just trying to drink. I thought we was trying to have fun. We at the club.
Yeah.
We sitting over here in the VIP area, just sit down and drink. And
But
then
but we still had a good time. We people watched, we laughed, we shared a few, we created some inside jokes. Like it wasn't a whole bunch of pressure to find out everything about me, find out everything about him because
Well, no, not in a nightclub
but I'm
I mean,
saying,
because
but we had time.
it had like loud ass music playing,
yeah,
right?
but we sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, and
It ain't
that's
it ain't
Nah,
like we
fuck it.
sitting
I
across the
hate that
fucking.
shit. Going to the club, loud ass music.
but
Man,
But still, you still gotta yell. You can't talk like this. Like you still gotta talk
that's what
louder
I'm
in a
saying.
sense.
That took some of the pressure off of
Fuck
the
all that.
date because we had time. We shared a few laughs, a few jokes, and we still had time to say, okay, well, I can learn some more about this person tomorrow.
well, the thing about it is that that's kind of like a cliffhanger to want to have a second date or a third date to see what else this person has to offer.
Yeah, because we're talking about just dating, not so much as, oh, I'm gonna learn everything about this person today, so I know tomorrow, I know next month if I'm going to marry them or not, if they're gonna be my person forever.
But ain't that a part of dating? Dating is like trying to find your partner,
Yeah, but that's why it's
your
called
uh
dating. Like you have more than one
husband or
date.
wife.
It's not like date where you just go on one. You have one occasion where you just badger this person with fucking questions, and then
Okay, so what if the first date y'all go to the club and everything's good, and then the second date y'all finally able to have a conversation? You're like, man, this motherfucker can't even talk. Like you can't even hold a conversation. Then it's just like you wasted your time. Oh, but they're fun though.
No, but you still, on the first date, you still had a good time. Because when you're dating, I believe you're not only learning about that person, but sometimes you learn things about yourself as well. I mean, part of having a partner and being in a partnership is because y'all have give and take. Y'all can bounce things off of each other. They teach you something new, you teach them something new. Because I could be a different person
Yeah,
with Will than I was with anybody else. So
yeah,
sometimes I learn about myself as well. And that's part of dating is learning who you are, learning, what you're looking for. If this person fits me, do I fit them? So that's what dating is. It's just a learning process.
yeah,
okay,
yes, and it's
okay, yeah.
you've been to run somebody off asking 100 fucking questions in the first date. Like, damn, I mean, leave a
That,
little,
that's not true.
yeah, you will because a lot of females not gonna go for that being being fucking peppered
No, you have to find
with
somebody that
questions.
you have to find somebody that
No, okay,
that is the same type.
yeah, you got it. It's definitely not a lot of women that could take it there, but I think some women, a few women, would be interested in like, wow, like this motherfucker's really interested
Not
in
really.
me. You know, like this person really wants to know who I am. Like, oh shit.
Okay.
Not really. I don't
Like,
think
wasn't
so
that
because I mean, you can look at it from both sides. You say, "Damn, why is this motherfucker asking me all these questions like so in such a short amount of time?" Let's kind of
Feel
strip.
me.
it ain't no like creeper questions like when did you lose your virginity? Like you ain't,
I'm quite sure
you ain't
you. I'm
asking no
quite
shit
sure
like
you would
that.
ask.
Like, hey man,
I'm
get the
quite
fuck
That's
sure.
away from me.
definitely by the third date. That's definitely coming up. That's one of Tane's
Shit,
questions.
you about to ask her how many sexual
Yeah,
she's
so
had? Has she ever had an STD?
yeah, how long does sex last for you?
That's definitely one of the questions.
10 minutes, 15 minutes?
But I don't know. I think like I don't ever want to think that I know everything about Will. Like I mean I know a lot
No,
about we talk about everything, but I don't ever want to run out of things to talk about. And sometimes you just run out of things to
no.
talk about with people.
Or
And I think that's another reason why relationships don't
a
last.
person will no longer be interested once you have found everything you want to find out about a person. That's just like I don't know, like anything in life. You it's no longer uh
Exciting?
exciting or interesting once you've already just figured out everything about it. Like you play a video game and
But
you
that's
beat the game, that game
it's
is no
different
longer you know it
until they add extra content to it, until they update the game, which humans are constantly updating. We constantly learning new things and just updating. Like you're who you are today is not who you were last year. Like that's the beauty of humanity. Nobody just stays the same.
yeah, but
Well,
you're not
unless
gonna be
you
dating
just like
somebody for
stay in the
no
house and
you're
play
not gonna be
some
dating
game and
nobody for
don't.
that long to wait to see if they have
Yeah.
more shit to come up
Until
with.
they get an update. Like
But people have 20, 30, however old you are, 20, 30, 40 years of thoughts and
yeah, but
experiences. Like you're
I'm
not
saying
gonna learn
some
everything
people
about somebody in a few
but
dates.
you do know that some people just don't express those things. Right. That's what I was saying about the guy. If he's 32 years old and he's still single, I don't know how long was his
Well, he
longest
was engaged at one
relationship.
point.
I mean, if he's in his 30s, how long was his longest relationship? If he hasn't had a relationship that's lasted more than 2 years, then there's definitely a problem because he's
No, I think he had a
around for the
relationship for a while.
update.
No. That mean he waiting on Harriet Tubman or somebody to come back around. And those women, the women, the thing about it now is you have to if you get with a woman now, you have to express you know your likes and dislikes and what your expectations. See now the thing about it now, nobody have expectations. Everybody just kind of like, I want to change this person to cater to what I like. And a lot of times people don't want. There's no give. There's no compromise. They don't. There's like no let's meet in the middle. Let's agree to disagree. It's like it's like a woman will
Like my way or the
yeah,
highway.
it's like a woman will say, I want a man that makes a lot of money, but yet you don't want him to work a lot of hours. I want a man that that has fun, but he can't but he only can have fun when he around me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I don't like that word either. Fun. What the fuck is fun? But that's a topic for another time. But I do think a lot of people focus on this word fun, right? Like they get into the relationship and that first date is everything's supposed to be fun. Second date's supposed to be fun, which I think a lot of people think the word fun is it's like going out to parties or going out to different events or just going out and doing stuff. But I think, like I said before, the first date should be in a park or something because uh, having that one on one should be fun. And if that one on one is not fun, then that's how you know the relationship won't. It probably won't last a long time if you need all that like external distraction to have fun with somebody. And if y'all two just by yourself, y'all not having fun, y'all bored, just two people being alone without like having sex and stuff because you don't need that on the first date.
I
But
mean, if
yeah,
it
those
happens, it
two
happens.
people should be able to have
We
fun.
ain't no pressure.
People should people should be able to have fun, but that's what I'm saying about feeling somebody's energy. Because sometimes you're around people and their y'all's energy, it just doesn't match up. Like it's just not there. And so that's a drag. So it's hard, yeah.
But
But I don't need.
but what if it's not there because, like Will said on y'all's first date, Will was nervous. So if his energy was a little weird, it's because he's with a beautiful woman. He's like, oh shit, I don't know where it's gonna go. I just know I really like this girl. You know, if his energy is weird because he's nervous, does that make him like ineligible for a second date?
That's what I'm.
Or is there like sometimes the energy being weird, it could be excused. It could be
Well,
understandable.
Okay.
it's like the same thing. It's like you could compare it like with having sex. Can you really judge somebody based on the first sexual experience with them? Because a lot of times you have a lot of variables that are things that don't line up, and it may be, I don't know, not as memorable or not as exciting as you would hope that it was or that
Mm,
it should have been. So would you give this person another chance? You know what I'm saying? Or like would I like go back with a female that I was dating or that I had a sexual experience with? Would I go back for us go like to reiterate that second time? Even though the first time it was a whole lot of things that were missing or things that didn't line up. So I think you like with a date, you have to
Kind of weigh the pros and cons.
you gotta analyze it and try to
Unless it was super boring.
yeah, if it was really bad, like if I got to a point where I was drunk and I was throwing up and we almost got in a car accident because I was drunk driving and all that shit, yeah, you probably
yeah,
not.
yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
Like
he's
that.
irresponsible. He's a dumbass. I ain't fucking with him.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's kind of just like, oh, you know, he was. I mean, I can give you plenty of it. I could give you plenty of do's and don'ts during dates that I have personally uh I've committed. I've did a lot of do's and
Mm.
a lot of don'ts, and it's
Yeah. Trial and error,
uh
right? Say just trial and error, right?
yeah, try more error than trials. But hey, I mean I mean that's part of living though.
But you know, it's
Yeah.
weird because Will and I's first date was at a club, right? But I already
Mhm.
knew Will before that because we had met.
No, she knew of me. She didn't
Well,
know
I'm
me
saying we had been in and out of each other's presence
a couple
like
of
maybe
times.
3 or 4 times just through mutual friends. So I
Yeah. So you already felt his energy.
yeah, so I knew of him, and well, we knew of each other. So our energy, it was just different. So maybe that's the thing. He wasn't
Mhm.
a complete stranger. So we
Yeah.
didn't have, or I didn't have that intense pressure of, oh, I better answer these questions right. I better, say the right thing.
Nah, she had. I was already pre-screened by my homeboy's mama. That's how we got together because I had my
Mhm.
homeboy's mom hooked us up pretty much, and she pretty much gave Kizzy the okay that I was a legit good person, a good guy, and that
And Stacy said it too.
and she had one of her like my homeboy again, his baby mama referred me to her.
Yeah,
So she had a couple of references already on my behalf to say like
Mhm.
this did it ain't if he's crazy or if he's something like that, well we don't know about it because he he ain't never showed it around us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you could like I don't see nothing bad coming from it. So your chances with him are probably good. You know, you take it, take that chance.
Okay.
how
Yeah.
many dates
Yeah. So y'all had other people.
how, how many dates did you have with your wife before you knew, hey, this is going to be the one?
One.
So you
But
answered
in
a
my
bunch of
situation, it was
questions on
different.
that one date,
She
huh?
answered them all right. She got 100 out of
Yeah. In my first, in my situation, it was different, right? Um, it's a hell of a story, but I guess I'll start at the first time I physically saw my wife. We were both in the Game of Thrones, and I bent the knee to her. Like the first time I saw her, it's like I already know. And then our first date we went to a park. It was like a little lake. It was a park with a lake, and we were just walking around, just talking, and it was good. It was good.
The
So
energy.
I kind of already knew because yeah, because we had already been texting a lot
Mhm.
beforehand. We've been video chatting. We were like reading books and stuff together. Like we already knew each other. It's just we hadn't physically met each other yet because I was in Texas and she was in California. But when she got here, I was like, "Damn, you real?"
Yeah.
Like I ain't being catfish. But yeah, like I said, I bent the knee to her the first time I saw her, so
See?
it's a little different.
It's very
Well,
different. It's very different.
yeah, it gets complex. It gets a little complicated, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
But so y'all met online.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many other people did you meet online? Or was this your first online relationship that turned out to be a great choice?
No, I met a lot of people online. Um, so I've been married 3 times, right? My first one, no, I didn't meet online. My first one hit me up, and she was like, "Hey, I saw you at a Dairy Queen. What's up?" And then, yeah, we ended up getting together. And my second one, we met online because I was on this app and it said this girl was 5 miles away, and I was single, and I was like, "Shit, 5 miles away? Shit, let's do it." So we ended up meeting up, and one thing kind of led to another, and that happened. And my ex-wife met her, and my ex-wife introduced me to her. So yeah, I didn't meet her online, but my ex-wife met her online, and then
So are
I started
you
talking
and
to
your
her.
ex-wife still
But
good friends?
no, hell
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. Um, but yeah, it's this relationship. I went to California to visit her, and she came here to visit me, and it
Did you
worked
feel
out.
like you matured during these relationships, or like y'all it just wasn't, I don't know.
No, honestly, I feel like in my other relationships they were too young, and in both relationships they lived with their parents, and they were like real close to their mom. So in both relationships, it was kind of like a similar thing kept happening where, let's say if we had an
Mhm.
argument, they would go back to their mom and tell their mom everything,
Yeah.
and their mom would say, "Oh, it was just like they were just too involved with their parents," and it was just, not saying that I just be fighting because I ain't with all that. I ain't, I ain't I don't really care to do all that fighting. Like I love peace in my house. But it was just like we were married, but it was like they didn't really take it serious because they knew that they had their parents right there, like right next door. Like I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't need you at all. Like I don't want to work and I don't gotta work because I can go live back with my parents right next door. It's just they were too young. I think
Yeah.
they were too young and they had too much. So my relationship now, Kathy, she moved from California to come here,
Yeah.
right? And I don't have any family here, so it's like we really depend on each
Mhm.
other, and I think that brings us closer. I can't just call my mom or dad and say, "Hey, I need this," or I wouldn't call them and say, "Hey, me and her are fighting, and what do you think about this?" And and vice versa. She wouldn't call her mom or dad or sister or anybody and say, "Oh, we're fighting," and uh, you know, so we're not really involving anybody else in our relationship like that because I mean, honestly, we don't fight, which is lovely. Like I never have to come home and worry about a house that's not peaceful. So and she's older and She's independent. I was independent. We're both interdependent. My last relationships, they were dependent on other people. If it wasn't me, then they would go to their parents and shit like that. So yeah,
I,
I really value this relationship I'm in.
oh, that's good. I think well, Will and I both are from. He's from California. Grew up in California. I am from Mississippi, and we don't have family here either. So I understand like the depending on each other, 100%.
Yeah, it brings you closer.
Yeah.
It does. I agree. Agreed.
Well, I don't know. With them other females that you're with, you have to kind of look at the fact that it was an age discrepancy there. When you're young, you ain't really uh
Ready to fight
no, you're not
or
you're not your mind is not set on being in a relationship long term with anybody. You're just now at the point where you're trying to deal with being trying trying to accept somebody else into your life, and having to deal with like sharing and splitting things with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So when I was with my first uh what would I call her? My baby mom, the mother of my two oldest kids. When we first got together, I was 21 and she was 19. And when we she moved in with me, and but she was, I think this was her first like real relationship, so it was kind of like a it was like a like kind of like a culture shock. You know what I'm saying? That I'm staying with somebody that's not a family member, and uh, how do I conduct myself around this person? Are there things that I should do, shouldn't do? Is there things I should be thinking about?
I definitely think that that's a hindrance to a relationship. When
Yeah,
you move out from like with your parents and straight into with someone else, you don't even know how to conduct yourself alone. Like you don't know how, like you move
but the your
out from a
I think there's beauty in
and
that. I think it's beauty in finding out
no,
how to like pay your bills
yes,
and
how to
how to
alone.
handle
yeah,
yourself
but what
and
I'm saying is not when you're moving in with somebody that you're in the process of trying to get to know. It's not like we knew each other
That's what
already.
I'm saying. I think that that's
We
an
were we were
important thing.
we
okay,
were
yeah.
we were dating like maybe I would say a couple of weeks to a month,
Yeah,
and then now she's moving in with me, and she's
that's what
like
I'm saying. I think
I'm
that that's
I'm
horrible.
in his house, I'm in his place. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And a lot of times people look at it like now I'm at his mercy,
Yeah,
and I have to do what
Yeah.
what I need to do to try to maintain what I have here. But the moment we get into an argument or something about something that's so
small.
it's
Yeah, it could be
Could be
yeah
something so
so
something
so
small.
petty,
yeah.
so petty. And then the first thing her first recourse was to start packing her stuff and saying, well, I'm leaving, I'm going, and I'm going to go stay with my stepsister. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't we not try to figure out what's going on? Why did we
Mhm.
even come to the point where we're arguing about it? Because
Mhm.
I wasn't brought up in a house where my mom and dad was always arguing and fighting and shit. They had, to my knowledge, to this day, they had one argument about something. My dad, I think he pushed my mom and she threw a cup of water at him, and that was pretty much it. Because after that, they
Yeah.
separated. She's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stay
But
around here.
yeah.
If he gonna,
Yeah, on that note, I wanna bring up another point. I see a lot of, younger people nowadays, they get in relationships, and it's a lot of breaking up. Like, they'll break up, then they'll get back together, then they'll break up again, then they'll get back together. I don't know what the fuck is up with that. I think once you break up with somebody, that's it.
well, with
But
us back in the day, but you had your morals, that your morals, and you stood on your morals. It's like, look, I'm already bending my morals and my values to be with you. You telling little lies, or you doing this, you doing that, and I'm overlooking it, and I'm willing to accept it and try to deal with it. But once you start becoming like to the point where it's just straight up like disrespectful,
I don't think that that's it. I honestly think it's because we live in a microwave age. Everybody wants instant gratification. And if the moment that I say, "Oh, you didn't take me out for my birthday, it's over," or
Well, that's not
"Oh,
instant
I
gratification. That's
saw you liking that girl," I'm saying you want it now. You want that
no,
person to be perfect
no.
for
The
you
thing about it
now.
is people immature. People are people because you're 21 years old. You're not 21-year-old minded. These a lot of these people still walk around fucking 12, 13 years old mentality,
That's what I'm saying.
but
They grow and
they're
fit
grown in a grown person's body, and then you're doing
and have a
you,
childish mind.
and then you never had nobody to ever tell you, you're like no, you got to be able to accept no rejection and all that stuff, and then
Yeah.
you have to be able to understand like people are not gonna fucking do what you want when you want it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the first time you say something happened, like
Or
we
you have
go,
the smallest
hey,
amount of pushback.
hey, Tain, me and Kizzy go to the store all the time. We go to the store, and every time we fucking go out to the store, it's always somebody wearing something inappropriate. I don't give a fuck where we go. Somebody's gonna be wearing something inappropriate, and then Kizzy would be like, if I don't see him first, Kizzy would be like, look what that girl got on over there. And then 9 times out of 10, it's somebody that got on a shirt that come up right up under their breast, or somebody got on some damn like a dress that's like if they ain't even got if they sneeze, their coochie's gonna pop out. You know what I'm saying? And then I would probably turn and look to see what she's talking about, but I'm not gonna sit there and gawk at this person or sit there and just like burn them up, just looking like staring a hole through them.
That's different because you people.
Yeah. I got 2 things about that. So, one, I think is lifestyle, right? So she like a prostitute, she living that lifestyle, OnlyFans girl, Instagram model with so many things. They just living a lifestyle and they don't give a fuck. They just like people been judging me for all my content. They just gonna keep judging me. I don't give a fuck, right? Which it ain't right, but it's kind of like okay, whatever. You just kind of gotta look at them and just don't pay no attention to them. I think, even though the kids see them. Well, that brings me to my other point. I think a lot of what's the word? Um, a lot of like looks and what's the I want to say like cosmetics. Um, I think it's being like we don't care about it no more. Like we can go on Instagram and see 100 fine ass women in 2 minutes. So when we see it in real life, it's kind of like we kind of desensitized to it. Like we don't really gawk at it like we would back in the bring it up back in the day again. If it was a fine ass girl on the block, everybody, if she come outside, everybody like, God damn. But now we see fine women just everywhere to where it's not even like exciting. Like all the girls damn near look the same, and it, even if a girl is fine as fuck, you just kind of like I already seen it, you know.
But that
So
should be a normal thing. Like no one ever should have been gawking. Like that should see.
well, no, because back then it was like rare. It's like, oh shit, man, look at that, But
Not,
now it's like, well, I just saw that 2 minutes ago.
what I
Like
was,
I saw that on my
but what I
phone.
was saying, like what Kizzy was talking about, I said my point that I was trying to make was that if I look at this female, Kizzy's not going to jump on me or cuss me out or start or make a scene about me glancing
Hmm.
at this woman. Even sometimes I may see somebody before she
Yeah.
see him. She not gonna fucking come at me or charge me up or you know get
Hmm.
loud with me and start, what the fuck you looking at that bitch for? You know what I'm saying? You know,
Is that because she understand your intent? She know you're not really trying to like get with them.
Yeah, I mean
but
because we're old. I mean we're
but
old. We've been together for a long time.
but the thing about it is Kizzy is comfortable and she's confident in herself to know that I'm not gonna be trying the moment she goes to try to get a loaf of bread, I'm going down the aisle to catch up with old girl to
Hmm.
try to get her phone number. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. You're like, hey, hey, hey,
You know
come
what I'm
back.
saying?
But a lot of young people, that's what I'm saying. A lot of young people because they've been taught that everyone's a winner. Everybody gets a trophy because you participated. So they're not used to rejection. They're not used to loss. So when something happens that does not go their way, oh, it's over. This relationship is over. We're breaking up.
That's the first recourse is just fucking
It's
Like,
quit.
not even something that is serious.
No. Something like
yeah.
that same scenario will play out to young people completely different. they'll be in the store damn near about to fight because of that same scenario. What the fuck you looking at her for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
even.
But that's just
But once you
that's about
yes,
control. I think a lot of yeah, it's a lot of control. It's I got the Live 360 app on my phone so I can know where you were at, and I'm just gonna say is just to make sure you're
I gotta
safe. But
check
really, I
your
want to know where the fuck you
I
at.
have to check your phone.
And even like liking the girl's post is like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
It's like people feel like they gotta control other people so much.
In
It's
15
terrible.
years, I have never checked Will's phone. I don't care what is in his phone.
I think you checked it one time.
I sw- I'm gonna throw something at you if you keep lying.
I,
I've never checked it.
I think if you were that type to check the phone and try to control his shit, I think that's the type of abuse
I
that we don't talk about
well,
nowadays. It's like a digital abuse,
I
kinda,
don't know if
a
it's abuse,
social
but this is
abuse.
what I'm gonna say.
No, it's
Now,
abuse.
Digital abuse, nigga.
now
What the
people
hell?
say, well, if you look
Yeah,
for
like yeah,
something,
man, that shit's
if
real.
you look for something, you're gonna find it. And I mean, of course, that's true. But I just believe that when I get to the point where I feel the need to check his phone, I'm already
Yeah, that's
defeated.
it.
The doubt is
Mhm.
already in my mind. That means I already assume that he's doing something wrong.
And if you assume that, then obviously I'm doing something that's so obvious to even make you even think that.
Or
That ain't
it,
true. That ain't
That is.
true. My ex-wife used to tell me she had dreams of me cheating, and I'm like, "I ain't even doing shit."
You say
Like,
what?
what the fuck you want me to do against a dream? She would say she had dreams of me. She was like, "I had a dream of you last night where you cheating with some girl," and I'm like, "What the fuck you want me to do about that?" Like, I can't counter that. I can't prove to you I'm not cheating because you believe your fucking dream.
no, you can't. But then for that to make me so paranoid that now I have to check your phone, that means I've already lost. I've already allowed that dream to win. So then
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep nitpicking and nitpicking. Everything you do now is gonna give me suspicion.
Yeah, you.
So
yeah, you're gonna try
so
to find any
so
little
little
thing.
by little, I'm taking this little pickaxe and I'm just chipping away at my relationship. Now we're having fights about it because I want to. Why is your phone
Yeah,
upside down? Why is your phone on silent? Why it only takes you 15 minutes to get home from work, but why today did it take you 25? Like I'm steady chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. That
mm.
I created this big hole in my relationship that wasn't there to begin. That didn't need to be there to begin with.
You know what I think? I think a lot of insecure people like that, they're the ones that are really cheating, and
I don't
they're
believe.
they're they're letting their guilt kind of rub off as insecurity, but really it's guilt. It's like I know I'm cheating, so I'm gonna blame you
No,
for
I don't
cheating.
believe that. I believe it's because of past baggage. And people won't let that go. They carry it into the next relationship. And this has happened to me before. And so because this happened to me before, now you have to pay for it. My ex cheated on me before and I never checked his phone when I should have. So now you have to let me check yours because I have to make sure you're not doing the same thing
Mm.
he was doing.
Yeah, I think people are like, wouldn't you think people are better at like deleting stuff? And I heard about this app where it's like a calculator and they got like messages inside the calculator and shit
Oh
like
my
that.
Lord.
And
If I
yeah,
have to do
I mean,
all of
I've
this,
never used it, but I've heard of it. And I'm thinking like, if it's that damn
if I have to do
serious
all
and
that to cheat,
complex,
why can't I just
like,
be
what's the point
single
even?
and live the good single life? If you have to do all
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
to cheat, why can't you just have fun being single?
Because a lot of times they don't want to be single. They want to know they have somebody at
well, it's
home.
benefits. Yeah, it's benefits, and it's kind of like being in a relationship is a full-time job where you got the benefits and you got the guaranteed 40 hours a week and shit like that, but some people just want something on the side.
Yeah, part time
It
job.
ain't got as many
You get a
benefits.
part time job.
Yeah, it's like I want a full-time and a
I got a
part-time,
full time
and the
job where I
part-time
get
I
my
could work it
benefits and
whenever
I
I
got
want.
my dental, my health. But at the same time, I got my part time
Yeah,
job. That little money I just use that to put to the
yeah,
side. Fuck off.
yeah. That
That's my
that's
fuck
that
off money.
that's that Lyft. I'm a Lyft driver. I could drive whenever I want just to make a couple extra
Yeah,
dollars, make me feel better.
Hmm.
So
but
it
nah,
sucks,
man,
but
just people like the gen- the generations over time have they've lost the value of being in a true relationship or and that goes with that's over the whole like spectrum of like relationships, friendships, you know, work relationships, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, over the whole platform, people's whole mentality has completely changed where we have become so self-absorbed and feel like nothing else matters, you know, unless we say it matters. If you know, if
Ain't nothing wrong with
huh,
that.
It's
Ain't
everything
nothing
is
wrong with
wrong with
that.
that.
everything is wrong with that.
Because for one, no
What?
person can exist by themselves.
Okay, that's true.
We need people to not only to survive physically, but mentally, emotionally. Like we rely on human interaction. So if you live the kind of
Mhm.
life where you are just completely self-centered and self-absorbed, like nothing else matters but yourself, you miss out on the most important part of life. You have people helping you throughout your whole life that you don't even realize.
Okay, let's talk about work. So, I think back in the day when people went to work, they were like dedicating their whole life to the job, right? They're like, "Hey, I don't care what hours you need me to work, I'm gonna be there. Like my life is yours. Like I'm here for the fucking company." And now we don't give a fuck. We just like, "Hey man, we here to get paid. We'll help you out. You know, if you need us to help you out, we'll help you out. But at the end of the day, you just a company, and you don't give a damn about me. So you know, I'm just
You
here.
know why?
I'm not about to.
Because back then jobs were scarce. So to keep your job, you did what you had to do because there weren't a whole lot of them. But now people can just leave a
Oh
job,
yeah, yeah.
and then
I don't,
before the day is over, they could be done found a new one.
yeah.
So
Oh shit, I ain't about to die
that's
for
why
you.
now people have the freedom to be like, fuck this job, I'll go get me another one. But back then it
Hmm.
was like, oh,
And it's
this
just
job pays my
and it.
bills. I have health insurance. This job takes care of my kids. I'm keeping this job.
And so the time you've
Oh, you can
invested
say that. That's
in the
all the
job,
way around.
the time you've invested in the job and everything, all of that stuff, take time. They take all of that into account. Nowadays, people don't give a fuck because it's just like they feel like they a lot of people, a lot of times. I mean, it's the corporate America has made it obvious that they don't give a fuck about the people underneath them. So it makes it hard for you to work for
Yeah.
a company, a corporation, a business, an industry, and not know, or well, not know, but to actually know that this person don't give a fuck about you. It's like being in a relationship and this person is
Yeah.
cheating on you. And
Yeah. It's hard for you to dedicate your whole life to
it's
somebody
hard to
that
be
you
loyal.
know that don't give a
It's hard
fuck
to be
about you.
loyal to somebody that you know as soon as you turn your back, they fucking off on you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like corporate America they've turned this whole thing to where they throw money at you and they say it's pretty much like it's slavery all over again. We paying you to be here, so
Well,
you
no, not
yeah,
slavery. Slaves don't get paid.
well they got paid in different forms. They didn't get money, but they had room and board. They got paid. They got fed. They got taken care of to a certain extent. But what I'm saying is, with us, corporate America has the belief that we pay you to do a job, and you don't we don't need you to say anything, and the only thing we want you to do is come and do what we pay you to do. You don't have an opinion. You don't have just keep all that shit to yourself. We don't give a fuck about that. You come along. So when you clock in, like now, you can't even really have a personal life because now they're fucking going into your damn uh your feeds, going onto your handles and fucking going through, and you can't even go out and have a fucking beer somewhere or go hunting or do anything outside of work without being fucking looked at by your job, by the company saying, uh, what you was out? I see you was out there hunting this weekend. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah, because you
yeah.
represent them.
But see, that's not the thing. We don't represent them. But that's the falsehood that they preach in order to allow them to extend their reach into our personal lives. America always
You know what?
America says like we're supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, but at the same time, this place is just as communist as 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 any other country. We go to work, they tell us what to wear, they tell us what time to be there, what time we can leave, you know, how much money you can make.
But work is different. Okay. So in that case, it's just an agreement, right? Like work to me, work is not like I work for you or I work for a company. To me, it's like I agreed. Like the company wants me to do this, and I agreed to it. So I can't complain that the company wants me to wear a uniform when I agreed. Like I already know what I signed up for. And I saw it was a OnlyFans girl. She got fired from like a hospital. I don't know if she was a nurse or whatever, but she got fired from a hospital because they found out she did OnlyFans. So that's what you were saying, like they dive into your personal life and they find out
But see,
everything, and that's shit I don't agree with
that's not
because
fair
she
because you
could
can't.
be one hell of a
Yeah, but
nurse.
you can't stop somebody from making extra income in order to pay their
Yeah,
bills because
if
you're
you're
not
not
making
paying them.
enough money at your primary job.
There was
Yeah,
also a school teacher.
yeah, they did the same thing for a teacher.
Um,
Yeah, they fired her because they found out she had an
and
OnlyFans.
one of the parents found out she had an OnlyFans, and then they turned her into the principal, and she ended up losing her job.
Mm.
When why are you on OnlyFans, sir? How'd you see?
Oh, it was a man. Oh, you mean a parent?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
How'd you see that your child's teacher on OnlyFans? How would you even know she was on there?
because he
But
was
you
on
saw
there.
her,
Yeah,
and now you want to turn her in for
and he
making money on
subscribed.
the side. Now, I
Yeah, that's what like,
go ahead.
why would he snitch? Why wouldn't he just keep that to himself
Because that
and
nigga was because he was
enjoy?
hating. That's why he's saying that this teacher,
Mm.
she called herself a teacher, and she got to have better morals than that. That out here doing, and she may not have been doing nothing that egregious on the damn thing because OnlyFans,
But even if she was, so what? Like, let that woman do what she do.
it's her personal
As
life.
long as she's still teaching them kids,
It's her personal life.
she ain't teaching them kids how to.
How to,
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
personal life.
And
it,
see,
it is completely
but
different.
see, the thing about it is we've allowed the government to fucking do this and infiltrate our and kind of mesh our personal lives with our work lives, and it is not to our benefit because a lot of people lose you lose your fucking your livelihood behind that shit. You just trying to earn
Yeah,
trying to earn a little part-time wages, you know what I'm saying, or trying to blow up, everybody get tired of struggling. Everybody gets tired of just being
yeah,
living check to check and shit. So now we got different forms of revenue, so it's unfortunate
yeah,
that a lot of people have been fucking burned by it, just trying to fucking survive.
Yeah. Um,
yeah. That's pretty fucked up.
but is there a line that you can cross with that? I mean, now, okay, she's trying to make extra money. Let's say if she's on Pornhub.
Well, if she's on there busting her pussy open, then
Well, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what she doing.
to a certain extent,
If
to a
if
certain
if
extent,
if she has the qualifications to be a teacher or a
like
nurse and
but,
she's doing
but
that
Tain,
job the way
but
she's
Tain, you
supposed
have to
to,
look at it like this though. With these days,
it's not
but
illegal.
what I'm saying that these days and times, all these teachers, having sexual encounters with the students. You know what I'm saying?
What they got to do with
Man, that
Pornhub?
got a lot to do
If
with it
she if
because
if she ain't got no underage kids on there,
if you on there and you posting explicit things on there of you doing stuff, then there's a chance that you could probably be subjected to that. Because what if you're a high school teacher and one of the students come across you see on there and like, damn, they go Mr. Clark right there, you know what I'm saying? And then the girls see you and they're like, dang, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Clark working with some. So then, but now, you know, it's out there. So you can't clean that. You can't clean that up because kids are gonna be kids, and before you know it, they'll be either the girls will be there trying to get at the teacher, you know what I'm saying, trying to see what that thing is, you know what I'm saying. It's just a lot of lines. When you
okay,
start crossing those lines like that, to a certain extent, it becomes unprofessional. Now she on there. If you're on
okay,
OnlyFans, you showing your feet. are you showing like wearing like bathing suits and stuff like that? As long as it's not, it's in decent taste. You just trying to earn a little money on the side. But nah, if you on there doing porn and you like soft porn, amateur porn, you masturbating and doing all this stuff, and these kids can see it or somehow it gets in their hands, then I think you cross the line with that.
And these kids gonna be lusting over a damn teacher anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I've done it, but
Exactly. I mean, 17, 18 years old.
man, I'll tell you.
It don't matter if you seen a video of her or not. You like, damn, I'll tear that pussy up.
Yeah, you probably would, but if but like when I was in high school, I had a teacher named Miss Williams, and all of us we used to try, like dang, I would get at Miss Williams. We want to stay after class, be trying to talk to her and stuff like that. But the thing about it is,
Mm.
Miss Williams always carried herself in such high regard that where you wouldn't even dare walk up to her and be like say something in derogatory or something
Yeah.
that in a sexual manner because you knew
Hey, she wasn't
she wasn't the one to
she
fuck
wasn't
with.
about that. She wasn't about to
Yeah,
accept
but
that.
if she would, but
Yeah.
if Miss Williams was on, if I seen her on OnlyFans or on Pornhub or something like that, then you got a chance because she already doing it for everybody
Nah,
else.
you ain't got no chance.
Why not?
The only thing you could do to that woman is kinda like blackmail her and say, "Hey, I seen this. You don't want me to show everybody, do you?" Like kinda do some shit like that. But you're not just gonna be like, "Oh, well, I saw you, so yeah, you owe me. You gonna give me some right now." It's like,
Nah,
nah,
I
that
mean,
ain't
it
how
ain't
that
like
shit gonna
that,
work.
but I'm saying you're gonna tell Miss Williams like, well, shit, I seen you up there, you was handling that old 12-inch dingling, you know what I'm saying? Well, shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's sexual
How's
harassment.
that you don't have no sexual harassment on.
Are you telling me yeah,
I
that
don't
is
think they
sexual.
work like that.
So
Nigga, I
if
don't work
somebody
in the same environment as her.
Anybody can be sexually harassed. You don't have to work anywhere. But
no, I'm saying if you walk up to a girl and say, "Hey, I seen that video. You was doing that thing," that's sexual harassment because why the fuck you walking up to this lady talking about
But for
some
one thing,
a video that
what is
she
she gonna
made
do?
and
She gonna
talking
go
all
tell
this
him I
extra
sexually
shit?
harassed her. Then now you gotta explain why I sexually harassed you. So then you just put yourself out there anyway. So we both.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If it's already known that you're a porn star, if Mia Khalifa turns into a teacher and the kids start sexually harassing her and say, "Hey, I want you to suck my dick like that," then it's like if everybody already knows what she's about, then she just say, "Hey, man, this motherfucker ain't appropriate. Get him
I
out."
think that that's the issue. I think that it's the fact that people don't know, what they're about, and then once you find out about it, and then it's like, oh my goodness, we have this person here at this school,
Yeah.
and this person is,
But that's the same thing like my daughter. We got a volleyball coach. You know what I'm saying? And she's tall, you know what I'm saying, and she's athletically built. But at the same time, she carries herself with dignity and respect.
Yeah,
But if we seeing her on like on a what you call it on a porn site, then that would kind of be devastating because like even though
that person is
but you was
supposed to be teaching my daughter.
she's around a group of kids and we trust her around our kids, but at the same time, she may not even come off like that around the kids. It's just the fact that you have that in the background, the capability. Who knows if you're not trying to recruit? You know what I'm saying? And you talking to these girls like volleyball don't work out. You can always go to OnlyFans. I make money like that. I get on there and I shake my ass and I make money. Just stuff like that, subtle stuff like that that will like try to put somebody in the mind frame of like that's an easy route. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
But
yeah, you don't want them to be you don't want the person that has an influence on your child to steer them in the wrong way if they want
right,
to.
I mean, well, they can because
Especially if your child looks up to that person.
yeah,
That person doesn't even have to steer them in any kind of way. But once your child finds out that that person is doing that, it's just like, kids look up to
like actors and
rappers
stuff,
and
rappers.
actors, oh, well, they smoke.
Then before you know,
Yeah.
they vape now. They vaping.
Yeah, I don't have to not one time tell you, oh, you should smoke. It makes you feel good. All it has to do is
Yeah.
say, oh, I look up to that person. I
Yeah.
think that person's cool, and this is what
Yeah.
they do. So yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah,
And once they see somebody that they idolize doing something, then it's like, okay, yeah, cool. Okay, I
yeah.
get it.
So
But yeah, it's almost an hour and a
yeah,
half. We ain't even talk about what we were supposed to talk about.
ain't that the
uh,
beauty of podcasts? We just take it and just run with it. No matter we ain't running in any particular direction. We're just all over the place.
yeah,
It's,
man, you just freestyling, talk
it's all
about what
about
we want to talk
entertainment.
about. Getting
Entertainment.
Well, thank you guys.
yeah, that fucking word, entertainment and fun. That's what we're gonna have to really talk about that. Like, what the fuck does fun even mean? Like that word just
I
gets
don't
me
understand why
mad.
you get so
But anyway,
upset about these words. Damn, they're just words. They're just fucking
because
words.
dude, words are powerful. Words are powerful,
No,
and it's just
words have no
the
more
words that
power
are
than what you
very.
give them. That
uh,
that's it.
But but with that being said, the word fun is just thrown around out there. Like, you could tell me, like, if I'm doing something, you be like, "Oh man, that ain't fun. That don't look fun."
Well,
And it's a lot of stuff that's just based off of what's fun. The first date, if I say I took a girl on the first date to fucking play pool, you could say, "Oh man, really? That shit ain't fun. You should have did this." Like, everything is based off what's
That's
no,
fun,
it's based
to the point
form
where
of
it's based
I
entertainment.
off what
I
your
ask myself, is life about fun and entertainment?
fun
Like, these
off
words,
your personal experience and your personal connection to something. Because Will could ride a roller coaster and said, "Oh my God, that's fun." I rode the same roller coaster and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's fucking scary." It's your personal interaction. It's your
yeah,
personal feeling. It's your
Experience.
personal
and that's
tied to
why
that.
and that's why I have a problem with these words, because they are so subjective that they have no meaning.
Okay.
They still have meaning. That's just like if you taste the food and I say, "No, I don't like that. I don't like apple pie. It tastes bad." And you say, "Oh, I love apple pie. It tastes great." It doesn't mean the food has no meaning.
That
It's still a
that's
pie.
different. That's different because it could be explained that,
Your
like, we got
feelings,
different taste buds.
your feelings can be
So
explained, Tain. And fun is a feeling.
He's dead on it. He doesn't
fun
feel
is
anything. That's why
well.
he takes
Anyway,
everything. He takes everything
So
it takes so
literal.
literal.
Fun.
But fucking what's it called that thing? Fucking Emperor's hockey holds so high regard with him.
there you go. There
Well,
you go.
Hey,
yeah.
so on that note,
But
that concludes this episode of
And when you come back,
Project Perspective. We'd like to thank our guest
yeah,
Kizzy Cuckoo
thank y'all so much
for coming in and
yeah,
to
giving
speak.
putting in her input.
yeah. Where can I find you, Kizzy?
Here and
You wanna put your TikTok and Instagram
Yeah,
and all
she
that
on
stuff?
Instagram
I
and
do. I
TikTok.
am on Instagram and TikTok.
People gonna want to find
And
you.
it's just my name.
Yeah, Kizzy.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram
Okay.
and TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
And as you know, we can Project Perspective. We can be found on which handles, Tain.
We got Instagram, Project Perspective Pod. We got uh, TikTok, Project Perspective Pod. YouTube, Project Perspective Pod. I think we got a
Yeah, we
Facebook,
on
but
Facebook.
I'm not really.
We're on
Yeah.
Facebook.
And yeah, we're gonna need an X too. We're gonna start putting out more clips and just more content, engagement with more people. That's our goal.
Yes, sir.